And as we fight one another for the power and the glory, the kingdom goes to waste. We the people want to know just where we're going. Right now we have our tied behind the back while certain people if I'm nothing. Where do we stand? We have too far to go, not to really know just how we get in there. And if we're getting anywhere, we have too much to change, not to know the reach of possibility and changeability. Violence and crime is commonplace in these end times. No man walk free. Prophecy come closer to fulfillment in these dread times. Why should this be? And as we fight one another for the power and the glory, your kingdom goes to waste, and every drop of blood we tears. I feel we won this praise, yeah. I feel we won this praise.
Today is February, September 3rd. Oops. Did I say that? Today is September 3rd, 2021. The day that Andrew Holness was given another mandate to lead the Jamaican people once again. Since getting this mandate, Andrew Holness year have been a disaster. Mainly the handling of these sectors: health, national security, and education. In spite of me calling, begging, beseeching Andrew Holness not to call an election, Andrew did not hear. He went ahead and called an election, which was held on September 3rd. Today marks 1 year. Jamaicans, let this sink in. 69,054 Jamaicans have contracted COVID. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. 1,568 Jamaicans have died from COVID-19. Let that sink in. 2 days ago, positivity rate of Jamaicans contracting COVID-19 amounts to 40.2%, which means that of the 1,685 Jamaicans who were tested, 40.2%, which amount to 677 persons whose test results were returned positive. The World Health Organization has established guidelines
for 5% probability recordings for 3 consecutive weeks, whereby a country can say that it is on top safe protocol in the management of COVID-19 virus. No way Jamaica came clear to those numbers. Let that sink in. Andrew Holness recklessly, for his own selfish needs, called an election on September 3rd, 2020, thereby exposing the Jamaican people to not practicing social distancing, which resulted to being exposed to this devastating virus. In his handling of this pandemic, Andrew Holness' administration gave the impression that they were in control of the situation, but this was not so. They deliberately underreported the numbers of persons tested to give the impression that they were on top of the situation. Their lie was exposed by an international report, which revealed that Jamaica had the lowest levels of testing in the English-speaking Caribbean. How can you trust a government that is short on the truth? Yeah? It is the same Andrew Holness that failed to take necessary protective measures to protect the Jamaican people by allowing foreigners to come to Jamaica, whereas other countries were putting serious measures to protect their citizens. Weak fence Andrew allowed the special interest groups led by Ed Bartlett to keep our borders open. This caused more Jamaicans to be infected by this deadly virus, resulting in loss of lives and illness. How can you trust a weak fence leader in challenging times? We need a strong leader. Andrew have never demonstrated strength. Andrew is like Nero, twiddling his thumb while Rome burns. 69,054 is not a number that I picked. It is the Ministry of Health reporting on the number of cases in Jamaica. Let that sink in. Yeah. The handling of permits for entertainment events is a joke. But then again, I am not surprised, because Andrew Holness' administration run Jamaica as it is a friend and family club. For the life of me, how could approval be granted for what we know as Dream Weekend. It is no secret that this event attracts thousands of revelers. In the light of COVID-19 and Delta variant sweeping across the island, one would reasonably conclude that this is a super spreader event or activity. True to form, thousands of maskless Jamaicans descended on the venue. From what I can gather, no social distancing was practiced. We are now seeing results of record-breaking Jamaicans turning up at medical facilities seeking medical attention. I say once again, however did the promoters got approval for staging such event? I have come to the conclusion that there must be a friend and our family connection to have gotten this approval for the staging of this event. Please note, I am not saying that the recent spike in the coronavirus impacting Jamaicans is solely attributed to the Dream Weekend promotions. Yeah. This 3-day per week shutdown makes no sense because COVID is on the job 24/7. By the time someone is infected, tested, and start treatment, 3 days would have gone by. Thereby, all it takes is for one person to infect a community. A recent report from an African country cited a case of one individual person infecting thousands. With Jamaicans living in close proximity, it is not unlikely for this to happen, as we have seen in our BPO operations, where one person infected the operations of the organization. Anjo, come on, you. You come beg you, lock down the country for at least 2 weeks. This 3-day business now go work. I am suggesting that you meet with the banks, meet with the mortgage companies, the cooperatives, building societies, insurance companies, utility companies, and ask them to put a hold on their monthly demands for 3 to 6 months so that people can get a breathing space while the country is in lockdown for that 14-day period. The National Housing Trust is the largest single landlord in Jamaica, and it can give a 6 months reprieve in order to assist persons who will be affected by this shutdown of the country. Each person whose name appeared on the voters list should be given a voucher of $20,000 to assist with this hardship. I have had discussions with persons who have shared their perspectives with me, and their views is that they cannot stay at home and pay bills. Therefore, they have to work. Persons who are medically challenged, special provisions should be made to facilitate their movements to and from doctors and pharmacies. This 14-day lockdown must be enforced, and only persons who are essential workers are allowed free movement. Failure to comply will or should result in a 30 days imprisonment or $100,000 fine. Government lacks effective messaging as it relates to getting the message to Jamaicans. Hence, a strong resistance in taking the vaccines. I once again call on the government to make approaches to influential Jamaicans to join in a national program to encourage Jamaicans to get vaccinated. Andrew refers to himself as the driver and as the builder. Pretty soon, Jamaica will become the murder capital of the world. We are now in the 9th month of the year. And as of August 31st, we see where it was reported that 935 Jamaicans were murdered. 935 Jamaicans have lost their lives. If we continue on this trend, sad to say, we could be in for another record-breaking year. How can Andrew Holness, Dr. Horace Chang, Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson, and General Rocky Mead sleep comfortable in their beds at night? Is this another case of Nero twiddling his thumb while Rome burns? Yet, it was this same Andrew Holness some time ago who asked Jamaicans to vote for him so that he could give them the assurance that you can sleep well with your windows and doors open at nights. The proof is in the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Thank you very much for stopping by and listening to me. I hope you will do so in future commentaries. And you have yourself a blessed day.